The meaning of compassion is to recognize the suffering of others and then take action to help. Compassion embodies a tangible expression of love for those who are suffering. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines compassion as the sympathetic consciousness of the suffering of others, coupled with a desire to help alleviate it. Compassion.com. I'm Stephen Middleton, coming to you from the Possibility Action Network. Our core values include I am, I can, and I will. I am Possibility Man. Today, I want to share on the theme, the power of compassion 2.0. Now, if you're watching this video, you'll see that my studio setup is not perfect. But I'm going to have a little compassion on myself for doing this video imperfectly. And I hope that you'll be able to show me some compassion as well as we work through our technology. Now, why do I want to share on this topic the power of compassion 2.0? If you've watched any of my other videos, just recently you may discover that I did share on the theme, the power of compassion. But as I've lived my life, I've been called back to this topic again and again, and to share on the power of compassion 2.0. Now, let me say from the outset that I am suggesting that there is power in compassion. That compassion is not just a slogan, that there's power in it for the person who extends it, compassion, to someone else, and then there's power in it for the person who receives compassion. Now, why am I called back to this topic? Why am I sharing on compassion for the second time in a row? You know, most people don't talk about it often, but you know, human life is not always easy. And that is true for everyone on the planet. Now, it's 2022 when I'm recording this video, and there's close to 8 billion people on the planet, and each one of those individuals on this particular day is going to have an experience with life. It's just the way of it. It's just what happens in life. You know, Job in the Christian Bible said this about human suffering and the life of humanity. He says in chapter 14, verse 1, that man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. Now, of course, Job spoke generically. When he spoke of the sufferings of man, he's talking about the sufferings of humanity. In addition to this, as I reflect on the Master, the Messiah, he said in one place, cast all of your burdens, all of your cares on me, for I care for you. What he was acknowledging is that in human life, there is suffering. This morning, I went out to the Center for Disease Control's website, the CDC. And here's what they noted, that there are all kinds of stressors in life. Now, this is the National Center for Disease Control in the United States. And it notes that there are stressors in life. What the Center for Disease Control recognizes is that diseases, some illnesses that people suffer, can be traced back to emotional upsets, to stress that reach a level of distress, And it's suggesting that individuals would do well by trying to minimize their stress. What kinds of stresses that the CDC noted? They noted job stress. And also, there are stressors that individuals who are veterans of war experience, or in fact, even if they were not in battle, individuals who have served military service sometimes experience distress. But you don't have to be a veteran of the armed forces in any country on the planet to reach this point of distress. Some people have reached a point of distress due to COVID-19. And there are no exceptions to this. I can think of at least a couple of kids now who live with chronic bronchitis. You know, they have to get a machine and give themselves an asthma treatment periodically. I can think of a few children right now who have childhood cancer. You know, these individuals are just born into the world and they are faced with that debilitating condition. Some of our hospitals are devoted to providing services just to children in this area. I was talking to a mother about 2 weeks ago who has 4 children. And she told me that 3 of her children, and the oldest is 15 years of age, something like that, the youngest is about 3, that 3 of her children, like her, have muscular dystrophy. And then she added, my 4th child has epilepsy. She was experiencing suffering from this. And of course, the list goes on and on and on about the stressors that individuals have in life. Now, this is not to say that life isn't good. Life is great. But what I want to make you aware of, that you're already aware of, is that in everyone's life, a little rain will fall. So what we need then is to embrace this ideal called compassion. The ability to recognize that every individual on the planet, whether we know it or not, is going through something. All 8 billion almost 8 billion of us. Now, everyone cannot handle human suffering. You got to know who you are. If you can't handle it, just admit it to yourself. You know something? I can't handle that. And if you cannot handle what someone else is going through, the chances are good that you may not be able to handle some of the things that life will bring your way as well. I was thinking about the root for this word compassion, and it comes from the Latin word compati. And compati means to suffer, to experience suffering. What do we do about this? What do I suggest that we do about this to experience the power of compassion? Because what I am feeling here, what life is teaching me, is that the holding back of compassion is really a stuck energy in the person who cannot extend it to another and to the person who needs it. It's about energy being stuck. It's about the force of life not being able to flow through an individual. And it comes out then as the inability to show another human being compassion, to show another human being forgiveness. And the person who lives with this stuck energy, this ability not to forgive himself or herself, cannot be the powerful being that they are in the world. So what do we do about it? Here's what occurred to me a couple of days ago, and that is to look at compassion in a new way, to allow compassion to serve as our compass. And that's what I wanted to get to today. To allow compassion, to think about compassion in 2 parts. To think about compass, the compass in compassion, and allow compassion to be our compass. When we do this, we are able to release the stuck energy. We're able to reconcile broken relationships. There's some individuals who haven't talked to a parent or a child or any other loved one for decades because of something that once happened in their lives. It's a stuck energy which can be released. And what I am learning is that as we allow compassion to be our compass in life, we are able to release that energy. And when we do, we experience more of the power in life. I'm Stephen Middleton, coming to you from the Possibility Action Network. Our core values include I am, I can, and I will. I am Possibility Man. Until next time, good day